There are moments in life that define us. Moments where the world tells us to stop, give up, turn around. But something inside us whispers, just one more step. This is the story of Zayan, not a champion by medals, but by something deeper. He didn't grow up in a city of sports academies or protein shakes. He came from a dusty, forgotten village on the outskirts of a nameless town. There, the roads weren't paved. They were paths made by years of footsteps. And dreams didn't come true. They were laughed at before they even began. But Zayan dared to dream anyway. Zayan, ever since he was a boy, he was mesmerized by running. Not because someone told him to, but because it made him feel alive. There was a kind of freedom in the wind brushing past his ears, in the pounding of his heartbeat, syncing with the rhythm of his feet. He didn't run to escape life. He ran to feel it more clearly. While other kids slept in, Zayan woke before dawn. While others played games, he trained. No gym, no gear, no coach, just worn-out shoes, cracked earth, and unmatched determination. Every single morning, he would run down that empty road with one thought in his mind. One day, I will run in a real race. People laughed. "Are you serious?" they'd say. "You think dreams come true here? Look around you." Some mocked him, others simply ignored him. But Zayan had already stopped listening to the world. He had started listening to himself. On the cracked wall of his small room, he scribbled a sentence with charcoal. "I may lose, but I will never stop." It wasn't a quote from a book. It was a promise to himself. Years passed, his body grew stronger, his will even more so. And finally, one morning, he saw it. A flyer for a regional marathon posted on an electric pole in the nearby town. The prize didn't matter. The competition didn't scare him. What mattered was the line at the start and the one at the finish. He signed up. Race day, 100 runners lined up. Some tall, muscular, experienced, some in professional gear, hydration belts around their waists. Zayan stood among them, a skinny boy in mismatched clothes and scuffed up shoes. People stared. One runner even smirked. "You sure you're in the right race?" Zayan simply smiled. He wasn't there to compete with them. He was there to conquer himself. The starting whistle blew, and the earth beneath their feet trembled. The first few kilometers were smooth. Zayan kept a steady pace, his breathing in rhythm, his heart hopeful. But then, the pain began. First in his toe, a sharp cut inside his shoe. Then his knee, an old injury, flaring up again. He began to slow. One by one, the others passed him. Soon he was far behind. His body cried out, "Stop! This is enough." His legs wobbled, his lungs burned, but his heart whispered, "Just keep going. Don't stop now." He remembered the wall in his room. He remembered all those mornings running alone. This was what they were for. Midway through the race, he tripped on a loose stone and fell hard. The crowd gasped. His hands scraped, his clothes torn, blood on his knee. Everything in him screamed, "Quit!" But instead, he looked up. And for a moment, he saw it. Not the finish line, but every version of himself that had ever doubted, watching him from the shadows of his past. And that made his decision clear. He stood up, he ran again. The sky began to darken, the race almost over. Many had already finished. Some were already giving interviews. Most of the crowd had shifted their attention elsewhere. But slowly, whispers began. "There's still one more runner. He's still running." And then the sound returned, claps, then cheers. People looked, and there he was, a lone figure limping toward the finish line, broken but unbeaten. Eel signing buying house, tears mixed with sweat on his face. His arms heavy, his steps unsteady, but his eyes were made of fire. As he neared the line, a wave of applause erupted. People stood, phones came out, children cheered, even the other runners watched in awe. And then, he crossed it. He didn't win the marathon, but in that moment, he won something greater. He fell to his knees, breathing hard, tears falling freely. An elderly man, the event organizer, came forward, helped him up, and raised his hand. And with a voice shaking with emotion, he said, "Today, we saw many fast runners, But only one runner showed us what this race is really about. Because true victory isn't about being first. It's about refusing to stop when everything in you says you should. Zion walked away from that race without a medal, but he left with something no one could take away: respect, self-belief, and purpose. He became a legend in his village, not because he was the best, but because he showed everyone what it means to keep going when the world expects you to give up. His story spread, not just across his town, but online, in schools, in homes, and in every heart that once thought it wasn't strong enough. So the next time you feel like stopping, remember Zion. Remember those last footsteps, and remember this: victory is not the finish line. It is every step you take after the world says you can't.